Hi friends, Cole Chance here. Thank you so much for joining me with Yoga Tribe and another little video here for you in beautiful Bali, the islands of the gods and the demons. So I wanted to go over the fundamentals of Pincha Mayurasana, a forearm stand. So let's do that, yeah? So I want to go over a few alignment things that are going to really benefit us whenever we get there. So let's just start. Let's just do this kinesthetically. Go ahead and lift the arms up. So we'll elevate the shoulders and then depress the shoulders. So just really start to feel that action, because I'll cue it later when we're upside down. It's a little bit harder to understand when we're upside down. So again, elevate. So bringing the shoulders up towards the ears, kind of wearing them like earrings. Exhale, letting them come down the body. And now visualize your scapula. The scapula is this muscle right here. Sorry, that bone right there. And that's what's moving. So move the arms up. Bring the arms down. So this is kind of working the serratus, which is a muscle underneath that is able to help rotate it. So the scapulas can move up. They can move down, and then we want to spread them. So we're going to protract the scapula. So we're going to bring them forward. So imagine that you can spread them away from each other, like you have wings. Spread them away. This would be a protraction. And then retraction would be bringing them together as if you were going to like squeeze a lemon behind the shoulder blades. So protracting, making space. Retracting, squeezing, lemon, cracking walnut, whatever visualization works good for you. So let's come onto hands and knees, and we'll try the same thing. So we'll try this kind of in some different poses so you can kind of get the feel of it. So tabletop position, hands and knees. First, let's just do the elevation and the depression. So moving the scapulas, the shoulders up, and down, and once more, moving up, elevating the shoulders, and depressing the shoulders. Okay, so let's let the chest hang down, chest belly hang down, and this will be retracting the scapulas. They're coming together, squeezing the lemon, pushing away. So we don't want to come all the way into cat pose, but we can this first time, and it's really rotating the scapula here. But we're only going to want to come up just a little bit. So we're just wanting to spread the scapula here. So what the scapula does is it really gives support to the body. So whenever it's this is more of a vulnerable area whenever there's not a lot of support happening right here. So we just want to puff up in between the shoulder blades. So another way that I like to say this, one of my friends who's a teacher says this. So imagine that you're a dolphin or a whale, and you have a blowhole. That's how they breathe. So you'd be breathing into that area. So imagine expanding into your dolphin breathing mechanism. How's that for a visualization? Anyway, so retracting and protracting. Again, not wanting to come all the way up like this, because this, again, doesn't give us stability, but an integration would be about halfway. Yeah? Let's come down onto the forearms. We are coming into forearm stand, so let's get the feel of this. Extend the legs long, Sphinx pose. So let's get set up here. Lift the left leg, and as if someone's pulling back on the toes, lengthen. Same on the right leg. Lift the right leg, lift the thigh up, lengthen it back. Coming up the body, the shoulders are right over the elbows, and the hands are coming out. So we're square here, 90-degree angle. Let's elevate, depress, so feeling that. And now let's pull the belly in, and we'll do a little core work as we protract the scapulas. They're spreading. And then pull the chest through as you retract, bringing the scapulas together. So keep moving like this. You can come up onto the knees, really getting some core work in here as well. Scapulas are spreading, coming down, pulling the chest through, bringing scapulas together. So really feel that. You can close your eyes and vision what's happening back there. Once more. All the while really pressing into the forearms here. So you're not just pressing into the elbows. Notice where your forearms are touching the ground. All the fingers want to be touching. All the forearms want to be pressing. This will be very important as we're setting up the architecture for the balance. A couple more like this. Lots of little things to think about. Wonderful. Let's come into a downward facing dog first. So planting the hands, sending hips high and back, spreading the fingers. So let's just feel it here. And coming into your downward facing dog, really pressing through all fingers. And let's elevate and depress. Elevate, push the ground away, and depress. Now bring the scapula together on the back. See, that really sinks the chest. So really flexible people, their downward dog, they can be really low like this. That's not a lot of stability. And then on the other hand, some people are really, really tight and they're more like this. Not a lot of stability as well. But if we can spread the scapula just enough. See, watch I'm puffing up into the back heart. Spreading the scap away from each other. This feels much more integrated to me in my body, bringing the ribs in. But begin to move, sinking the chest, bringing it back up, and just notice the range, the spectrum that you have. And then we're finding somewhere in the middle that feels stable, feels strong, and also feels soft. Beautiful. Coming down onto the forearms. Walking the feet in. Pressing through all the fingers, through the whole palm, through the elbow, through the forearms, everything here. Begin to walk the feet up as far as you can. Pushing away. Notice where the scapula is. We want to sink. A lot of times we want to sink here. We want to spread. And go ahead and come down onto the knees. A lot of people, they have some issues with flexibility under the tricep. So you might be strong enough, and especially guys have this a lot. They're really, really strong, but this pose is challenging for them, and it is tricep flexibility. So let's take the hands in a 90-degree angle, kind of like we were in Sphinx. Take the hands and flex the palms back, and we'll just lift the arms up here. And then notice where the angle is from the tricep to the torso. If we're down like this, then we're going to have to work on some tricep flexibility first. So we want to be coming up, and notice how the back begins to arch. The ribs begin to come out. This will really cause a lot of problems once you're upside down. So we want to bring the belly in, spread the scapula a bit, and this will be a much more integrated pose. But just so you know, that might be... a lot of people get kind of caught up right there. So just another thing to work on. Let's go. Really, I just wanted to give you a break in dolphin pose. We've had a break while I'm just rambling. So let's go back. Plant the hands. Lift the hips. Now there's lots of places that we can go here. I'm going to bring the hips as high as I can. And I'm quite flexible in this area. So I'm going to show you from some different places. So maybe you're back here. So there'll be less of an angle. Take the feet together. Begin to lift the right foot up. Spread the scapula. Feel the difference. Come onto the left toes. Switch sides. Left leg up. So we want to depress the shoulders. Notice that elevation, depression, lots of spectrum right here. We're pressing through the forearms, protracting the scapula. Leg is lifting. Come down. Knees come down. So there's so much mobility, and it's a good thing that we have mobility in the shoulder girdle and the scapula, but it's finding where it's going to be the most effective in this pose. So it's going to be kind of right in the middle of that elevation, depression, protraction, retraction. So let's try again. We're getting ready to have a Bali rainstorm. Hips up. Pressing in with the forearms, depressing the shoulders, pushing away. Protracting the scapula, walking the feet in. Right leg lifts. Gazing between the hands, between the forearms. Begin to lift up like someone's lifting. Maybe you just kick. Maybe begin to bring the legs together. Pushing in with the forearm, see how I lifted there? I can come down. This is not very supportive. If I'm pushing away, much more supported here. Hard to talk in there. Another thing that's really handy, and I don't have a block with me today, but if you put a block under the toes, that gives you some more lift. So in order to really come in fluidly with this pose, you can kick up, which you can still get up by kicking up, but to get the hips over the head whenever you begin, then it's really just matching the legs. So if your hips aren't over your head in this pose, if you bring a block underneath the toes, that'll give you a little more length. Instead of kicking, you lift, and then you match the legs. Push the ground away, protract the scapula, and then come back down. Lots of little adjustments, lots of new body awareness. It's difficult to be upside down and to think about where's my left foot, how do I depress my shoulders. It all just comes eventually, but stay with it. And let me know in the comments here if you have any questions about this or how it worked. And I really invite you to use a block as well. Yeah, you're good. So, yeah, I guess that's all. Let me know how this works for you. It's a really strong balance, and it's really fun to play with. There's lots of places you can go from here. But just getting, doing some of the drills and doing some of the strengthening and getting an awareness of what's going on the backside of the body. So much love to you. Thank you for letting me be part of your practice. And we'll have a couple videos coming out every week on Om Yoga Tribe. Follow me and Antonio and some of our friends, just kind of circumventing and doing what we do. And check out Cole Chance Yoga as well. I have retreats coming up and lots of exciting things. So that's it. Peace. Have a wonderful day.